Again, welcome to Saturday Sanga. This is Krishna Kshetra Swami, and we are in Sadhu-bhavan, Poland, and this is March 23rd of the year 2024, according to the Gregorian calendar, as it's called. Somebody named Gregory, I guess, invented the calendar. And, okay, that can be off, and this can be so, there. And so, here we are. This is one day before Gaur Purnima. Just imagine that. And we will begin first with some pranati, and then with some Narottama Das Thakur song, and then some Narottama Das Thakur Leela. And then I promised, did I promise? Anyway, I said last time that I would show and tell something that we are planning in Sridham Mayapur. And then I think we can read Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. We'll see how the time goes. But today is, we should give good time for Krishnadas Kaviraj to share with us his ecstasy upon describing as Prabhupada said, transcendental pastimes of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuttapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitangscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavani Achatya Deshatarine Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kantha Radha Kantha Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Srila Narottama Das Thakur has given us his many songs in one of his songbooks, the Prarthana collection of songs in which he's repeatedly expressing his longing for the Lord and for the Lord's abode and for witnessing and participating in his pastimes. Last week, this song began, Hari Hari Arakhobe Palatibe Dasha Eshab Koryab Ame Jabo Vrndavana Dame E Mone Koryachi Asha. When will I renounce all material impediments and go to Vrindavan Dham? O Lord Hari, when will my life change? Excuse me, in this way. I hope I will be able to change my mode of living in this way. And we saw the word dasha meaning something like level or position. And looks like he's translating it as mode, a mode of living. Mm. And so his theme in this song, it begins with emphasis on detachment, renunciation. When will I renounce material impediments? Impediment, you may not know this word, it means something like obstacle. And then he specifies, when will I leave all my wealth, followers, children, and wife far behind? Dana, Jana, Putra, Dare. E Shab Korea Dure. Dure means distant, in the distance, you could say. E kānthā hoiya kabe jabo. When will I leave all material miseries and live in Vrindavan, eating only whatever food I can obtain by begging? Marukari magiya karibo. Yeah. So most people don't long for giving things up. In this world, everyone is longing for all of these comforts in this uncomfortable world. But Narottama is longing to give up the comforts in order to be fully alive in Vrindavan. It says, when will I give this up and live in Vrindavan? We may say he wants to be fully alive in Vrindavan. Shabduka pari hari Vrindavane vasa kori. And then he wants to drink long the pure water of the Yamuna. I wonder sometimes, what would Narottama Das Thakur say about the present condition of the Jamuna River? There's a whole book on this subject. I may have mentioned it, but quite some time ago, by Professor David Haberman, River of Love in an Age of, what is it, Age of Coral? A very, very interesting, very well-researched book about the present condition of the Jamuna, how it has become in its present condition, and it is it's an ethnographic work. So he has interviewed many people who live at or near the Yamuna to have them express their feelings about the pollution of the Yamuna, and he identifies three categories of people. There are those who say there's no question of pollution. You may see pollution, you may think, but it's not. On the other extreme are those who say, yes, it's polluted, and this is a terrible thing, and we must do everything to change it. And a third group is sort of in between, and they're saying, yes, this is very unfortunate. And of course, Yamuna Devi is herself never impure, but the water is impure, and therefore we should do something about it. He also speaks something about the efforts that have been taken to clean up the Yamuna, which is, I guess we can say it's a work in progress, but it's not so easy. Since decades, the Ganga and the Jamuna, so many organizations try to do things, and they don't seem to have so much effect. Okay, today's song. Oh, yeah, there's a question of translation. Do we have any translators for Deutsche Sprache?
We have currently Russian, German, and Croatian, as far as I can see. So Spanish, I will assign Katyani Mataji, as I'm not sure if Madhupuri, Manibanda Prabhu, Madhupuri Prabhu, apparently they're together. So I think it's really difficult to.
So Katyayani just held up her thumb. I guess that
means... Okay, then I will sign her as an interpreter. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, all of you translators.
And Kavichandra is translating into Polish on Facebook.
Jai. Okay. Thank you. All right. So our song today, and today we have Avadhuta Rai said he would share with everyone a word-for-word translation of today's song. So maybe you received that, I hope. Oh, how come this is not showing electricity? There. 1 second. Okay. Okay, yes. Karanga, kaupīna, loiya, cheńd, cheńda, kānthā, gāya, diyā. Oh, start my video. Okay. Yes, video is on now. Sorry, I had to disconnect for a second. Karanga, kaupīna, loiya, cheńda, kānthā, gāya, diyā. Teyāgiyā, sakala vishaya. Krishna anurāga hobe, vrajera, nikuñje hobe, jāiyā, koribo, nijaloy. Just check here. Yes. Okay. Whoa, what happened? I'm losing track of things. Let's go back. Yes. When will I renounce all sense gratification? When will I accept only a water pot and torn garment? When will I constantly sing Lord Krishna's holy names? When will I go to the groves of Vraja and make my permanent residence there? When will I attain ecstatic love for Krishna? So there's lots of when, oh when, going on again in this song. Karanga is a water pot. Kaupina is the simple underwear of a sadhu, and loiyā, having taken. Cheńd, kānthā, torn cloth. Kānthā is something like a quilt. Can be made of several pieces of cloth sewed together, apparently. Teyāgiyā. So that teyāgiyā is an example of kind of stretching a word to add a syllable in order to get the desired rhythm. So the word would be teyāgiyā. Tyaga, we know this word means renunciation, giving up. It becomes teyāgiyā. Tyaga is giving up. Teyāgiyā, having given up. And teyāgiyā is the same, just with an extra syllable. Sakala vishai, all objects of all material objects. Krishna anurāga hobe, having anurāga, attachment for Krishna. Vrajera nikuñje hobe. Here's the hobe, the question word, when. Jāiyā koribo nija alaya. When will it be my alaya, my own place of residence? And then the second verse, Hari Hari, hobe mor hobe shudin, palamula Vrndavane, kabo diva oboshane, ramibo loiya udasina. When will I wander in Vrindavan? Detached from material affairs. Let's see. Morasudin, very lowly. Brahmibo, I will wander. Detached. Udasina means being indifferent. And yes, and only eating some roots and fruit at the end of the day. Okay. Phala is fruit, mula is roots, Vrindavane. Kabo, I will eat. And then diva avasane would be at the end of the day. Oh Lord Hari, when will that auspicious day be mine? Kabe mor hobe sudin. Oh, sorry, sudin. It means a good day. When will that be a good day? Shitala jamuna jole shnan kori kutu hole. Premaveshe anandita hoya bahu pur bahu tuli Vrindavane kuli Krishnaboli bedabo kandiyā. When will I become full of bliss? Prema veshe anandita hoya. Overwhelmed by ecstatic love. Prema aveshe, we've talked about this. This literally being possessed by prema. Well, I don't know if we can say literally. Literally being entered into by prema. When will I wander about Vrindavan with my arms upraised? Oh, wait, I jumped. Ecstatic love by bathing in the cool waters of the Yamuna River. So Shitala means cool, Yamuna, jole, in the water of the Yamuna. Snan kori, kutuholi. That could also mean joyful, I think. Overwhelmed. Or, yeah, lots of overwhelming bliss here. Kutuhole. Kutuhole prema veshe anandita hoya. Yeah, I don't have in front of me the word for word. And then, when will I wander about Vrindavan with my arms upraised, calling out the name of Lord Krishna and crying? Bahu, the arms, hora, bahu tuli, arms upraised, Vrindavane kuli kuli. Krishna Boli. Bedabo Kandya, crying is Kandya. And calling, I think, is Bedabo. No, Boli, loiyā, Bedabo. Well, okay. Number 4. Moving right along. Dekibo Sanketastan Judabe Tapita Pran Prema Veshe Gada Gadi Dibo Kaha Radha Praneshwari Kaha Girivaradhari Kaha Nata Loiya Dakibo. When will I see the place where Radha and Krishna secretly met? Sanketa stan. Sanketa would mean secret. When overwhelmed with ecstatic love, will I roll about in the dust at that place? Prema vesh gadagadi divo. Gadagadi is what is gadagadi? I think well, maybe that's the rolling about. Kaha Radha Praneshwari. When will I call out, O Radha, O controller of my life, where are you? So kaha is the question word here, meaning where. Radha Praneshwari. Prana is life, Ishwari, goddess, Lord goddess of the life. Kaha Girivaradhari, the holder, Dhari, of the best of hills or mountains, Girivaradhari. Kahanata, O Lord, loiyā dakibo. Speaking, I will call. Having spoken, I will call. Having chanted, I will call. Madhavi kunjer puri. Suke bosi sukosari gai bek Radha Krishna Rosho. When will I happily pass my days at the roots of a tree? In the grove of Madhavi creepers. Madhavi kunjer puri. Listening to a parrot couple, Suke, jubilantly sing. Suke, jubilant is Suke, and then Boshi Shuka, Sari. Shuka and Sari, male and female parrots. Boshi are singing. How are they singing? Shuke, very happily. What are they singing? Gāyibek, Radha Krishna Rasa. They're singing the glories of the nectarian pastimes of Shri Radha Krishna. And finally, Sri Govinda, Sri Gopinath, Srimati Radhika Sata. Dakibo Rotono Singhasone Dino Narottama Dasa Oraye Durlava Asha Amati Hobe Kotodine. When will I see Lord Govinda? So we don't have the word kabe here, but it's implied. When will I see Lord Govinda, the master of the gopis, Gopinata, accompanied by Srimati Radharani, Srimati Radhika Sata, as they both sit on a jeweled throne, Dakibo, I will see, Ratana Singhasane. Again, the word Ratna has been extended to give us an extra syllable, Ratana. Poor-hearted Narottama Das hopes that someday he will be able to obtain this so difficult to obtain desire. Dina, okay, that's the difference. Before we had Sudina, it's a short I, and that reminds us there can be major difference in meaning just by a difference of short or long syllable. So Sudina meant a good day, but a Dina is someone who is fallen or wretched. So Narottama Das identifies himself as Dina. Dina Narottama Das Koraye Durlava Asha. I have this Asha, this hope, which is Durlava, which is difficult to attain, lava. E mati hoibe kotodine. Koto is a question word, how many? How many days will there be this experience of seeing Sri Govinda and Gopinath, or not and Gopinath, Govinda, who is Gopinath? Or one could take it that he is he's considering the deities, Sri Govinda and Gopinath. Of course, Govinda Dev, who is now in Jaipur, and also Gopinath is in Jaipur, but the temples are there in Vrndavana, and the present murtis there are considered non-different. So he could be thinking about these or longing for them. Okay. Let me just check one thing. Okay. Good. All right. Shall we try to sing this? What do you think?
Tak djedeček přijde na oběd.
I'll take that as a yes. Okay. One second, more adjustments here. Can almost get it. Yes. Okay. Karanga, Kaupina, Loiya, chanda, kānthā, gāya, diyā, Karanga, Kaupina, Loiya, cheńd, kānthā, gāya, diyā, teyāgiyā, sakala, jāiyā, teyāgiyā, sakala, jāiyā, Krishna anurāga, hobe, vrajera, nikuñje, Krishna anurāga, hobe, vrajera, nikuñje, jāiyā, koribo, nija, laya, jāiyā, koribo, nija, laya. Hari Hari Kaupina hobe sudi Hari Hari Kaupina hobe sudi Phala mula Vrndavana kabodiba avasane Phala mula Vrndavana kabodiba avasane Brahmibo hoya udasina Brahmibo hoya udasina Shitala Jamuna jale Snana kore kutuhale Shitala Jamuna jale Snana kore kutuhale Prema veshe anandita hoya Prema veshe anandita hoya Bahupora bahutuli Vrndavana kuli kuli Bahupora bahutuli Vrndavana kuli kuli Krishna boli vedabo kandiyā Krishna boli vedabo kandiyā Dakibo Sanketastan Judabo tapita pran Dakibo Ketastana Judabe Tapita Prema Beshe Gada Gadi Dibo Prema Beshe Gada Gadi Dibo Kaharadha Praneshwari Kahagiri Varadhari Kaharadha Praneshwari Kahagiri Varadhari Kahanat Loiya da kibo Kahanat Loiya da kibo Madhavi kunjera pori Shukke boshi shukka shari Madhavi kunjera pori Shukke boshi shukka shari Gaivek Radha Krishna Rasha Gaibe Radha Krishna Rasa Tarumule Bashitaha Shuni Judai Behia Tarumule Bashitaha Shuni Judai Behia Kabe Shuke Gao Bodhi Vas Kabe Shuke Gao Bodhi Vasa Shri Govinda Shri Gopinath Shrimati Radhika Sata Shri Govinda Shri Gopinath Shrimati Radhika Sata Dakibo Ratana Singhasane Dakibo Ratana Singhasane Dina Narottama Dasa Koraye Durlabha Asha Dina Narottama Dasa Koraye Durlabha Asha Amati Hoibe Koto Dine Amati Hoibe Koto Dine Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Haribo 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo 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 Gaur Haribo. I just now noticed, oops, changed. I just now noticed while singing this that the second verse seems like it should be the first verse. And it's quite possible this was a misprint. That could happen. Why do I think it's the first verse? Because it has only 3 lines, like so many of Narottam's songs, a kind of introductory verse with Hari Hari in the beginning. So anyway. So continuing with Narottam Pastimes, The Glorious Life of Srila Narottam Das Thakur by Shitala Dasi. We're each time reading a few paragraphs, reading or summarizing. And we're still in Narottam's very young age. And if you remember from last week, Narottam was seeing all of these pilgrims coming through Kshetra, and he so much wanted to meet them, and he was able to meet them with the help of one of the servants of his father. And as he's meeting them, he comes to meet one particular pilgrim who has actually settled in Kshetra, and his name is Krishnadas Babaji. And Krishnadas Babaji is so attractive that Narottam is irresistibly drawn to him, and he hears from Krishnadas about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and his heart is broken because when he finds out that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is no longer manifest in this world, he can hardly control his tears. So Krishnadas tries to pacify him and reassure him by speaking more. So he begins to come to the palace every day to tell more about the pastimes and the qualities of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for little Narottam. He's simply speaking with Narottam, and sometimes other members of the household will come and they will sit for some time, but they don't stay so long. They go back to their activities, but Narottam, he stays and listens all of the time into the evening, into the night. He tells, Krishnadas is, of course, in speaking about Mahaprabhu, he is also speaking about his associates, Gadadhar Pandit, Shivas Pandit, Sharup Damodar, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Haridas Thakur. And then he says, now, today, I'm going to tell you about another special devotee. His name is Lokanath Goswami. So, and as we might expect, little Narottam gets more and more attracted to the spirit of renunciation that he's hearing about from all of these devotees. And one of them is Lokanath, who from a young age is so much attracted to the renounced life that he leaves home and goes to Navadvip, having heard apparently about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He goes to Navadvip and meets him there. And there he was. Mahaprabhu was sitting outside of his house, surrounded by Murari Gupta, Gadadhar, Pandit, Srivas, and other devotees. Narottama throws himself at the feet of the Lord, and the Lord is very happy, of course, to see him, and he lifts him up, and he says, Lokanath, you have come, as if he has been waiting for him. So they spend some time together, and then he says, well, Mahaprabhu says to Lokanath, you must be tired, so you should take some rest. You've been traveling. And you come here tomorrow, and tomorrow morning, he says, I will open my heart to you. Krishna has kindly sent you to me to fulfill a great task. So imagine first of all meeting Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, speaking to him personally, and then him saying to you, I have a task for you, and a special task, and I will tell you about it tomorrow. So he gives him a cliffhanger. Somebody's microphone is on. Tira Lalita, I think. No, you're translating. Okay, we're okay again. So then he goes to take rest, but he can't sleep because Mahaprabhu just told him that he's going to tell him something tomorrow. So how can he sleep? So next morning he goes to Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu embraces him warmly, and he says, Lokanath, you are very fortunate. Krishna has chosen you for a task which is dear to him. The sacred land of Lord Krishna's loving pastimes, Sri Vrndavana, is now a deserted forest. I want you to go to that holy dham and reclaim the holy places associated with Krishna's Leela. You should devote yourself to this great service. There is no need for you to stay here in Navadvip. All right. Lokanath is shocked. He has just come to Navadvip to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He wants to spend his life with him. And now Mahaprabhu tells him, you should leave. And you should go to Vrndavana. So in Sitala Devi's description, hot tears sprang from his eyes and he felt faint. Desperately, he begged with folded hands, Prabhu, I renounced the world and came here to drink the nectar of your association. I planned to spend the rest of my life with you. Now you are sending me away. Why are you being so cruel to me? What offense have I committed to receive such punishment? How can I live without you? You are the life of my life. And then Mahaprabhu says, this is not a punishment. I'm giving you a privilege. I'm giving you an opportunity of serving the transcendental land of Vrndavana. Don't you know how dear Vrndavana is to Krishna? And then he says, he is not so pleased. He is not pleased so much by his own service as by service to his Dhamma. Vrindavan is my heart and soul. By sending you there, I am keeping you close to my heart. That's so nice. Vrindavan is my heart and soul. By sending you there, I am keeping you close to my heart. So in this song that we just sang of Narottama, he's expressing his hankering for Vrindavan. And if we then think, we make this connection with Mahaprabhu, who is saying, Vrindavan is my heart, then we can appreciate Narottama's longing to be in Vrindavan. Although he's not speaking in this song about Mahaprabhu, he is making that, we can understand he's making that connection. So he reassures, Mahaprabhu reassures Lokanath, I'm not kicking you away. I'm sending you to Vrindavan, where staying even one day enables a person to attain the highest goal of life, Krishna Prema. And Lokanath falls at Mahaprabhu's feet. He's still pleading with him to change his mind. I just want to be with you. I have no other desire than to be at your lotus feet. And Mahaprabhu says, and he says, putting his hand on Lokanath's head, just try to understand the importance of the work I want you to do. Krishna manifested Sri Vrindavan, his spiritual abode on earth, for the benefit of all souls, but Vrindavan's beauty and grandeur have become covered. I want you to rediscover and revive Vrindavan so it will be accessible to everyone. If you want to make me happy, start this work immediately. Remember, Lord Krishna said that all devotees are dear to him. But those who try to help others attain him are the most dear. So this last point is what's going to change Lokanath's heart and mind and understanding that indeed this is the best thing that he can do. So Lokanath will go to Vrindavan, and as we know, eventually Lokanath is going to accept Narottama Das Thakur as his disciple. Srila Narottama Das Thakur ki jai, Srila Lokanath Das Goswami ki jai, Hare Krishna. So again, welcome to all of you. And if I may say, a particular welcome to Padma Malini Devi. Hare Krishna. You are in Dubai, I believe.
Hi, Krishna Maharaj. Yes, I'm in Dubai, just a few blocks down from where Adarya Chandrika Matsuji.
Nice. And you are teaching in Dubai.
Yeah,
wow. Teaching English.
Art.
Art. Okay. Very good. I first met Padma Malini Devi, I don't know how many years ago, in Belfast, right? In Belfast. It's been many years since I've been there.
Yep, same.
Shri Radha Madhava ki jai. Special deities who are now in, where are they?
You're in Leicester.
Yeah, they're in Leicester. Okay. Anyway, welcome to you and welcome to all of you. As ever, so nice that you're with us. I wanted to ask you, Krishna Ragini Devi, if you would like to share about your new book. You sent me a photo of your book.
Yes, Hare Krishna, thank you very much. Yes, my book was just printed, and well, I will show it to the camera.
It's a very interesting cover design.
Yes. It was made by Maria Federica Tartarelli, is the graphic designer of the publisher of Europe Books. Yes, it's and
so it's a collection of stories.
It's a collection of stories. Yes, I will show it again. Okay.
Yes, good.
It is a collection of stories. It is actually an outreach service because there are six pieces there, but of them is actually the Bhagavad Gita and European culture, and also weaving them together.
Oh,
it's weaving them together. Yes. And also a lot of stories from Srimad Bhagavatam are there. So by the promotion done by Europe Books, this publisher, I hope that as many people as possible will come in contact with Bhagavad Gita and stories from Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yes.
Creatively presented the stories.
That's good.
And also weaved with some European culture. So this was the idea. That's why I said.
Can you give us one example of weaving with European culture?
Yes. For instance, well, which one is more appealing to you as a title? I will read the title of the six. First one is a small group in Jena, Jena being the German city of Jena. The second is a veil of indifference. The third is life and meaning. The fourth is the illusion of reality. The fifth, the mirror of reality. And the last one, time and meaning.
Oh.
For instance, in time and meaning, I bring this idea that which appears in many philosophers in European culture, that of time which is limited in this life and which we waste on lots of things, and we just see and then death takes us by surprise, and we feel we did not do what is meaningful in life. So then I gave the example of Lord Ramachandra, who had to go on exile for 14 years, a time that was somehow stealed away from his real dharma. His dharma as a prince, his life in the palace, his dharma as a king, and so on. But still, he could turn this time in a meaningful time by learning from the sages he found there, turned it in a time for education. So learning from the sages, meeting the sages, and spiritual education, I mean, and also he performed his dharma as a kshatriya by killing the demons who were disturbing spiritual life in that forest.
Mm-hmm.
So he turned this empty time, let's say, into a meaningful time.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Then well, which one shall I take? Yes, for instance, the mirror of reality. The mirror here is none other but material world, which is like a mirror. And here I said, which is like a mirror of the real world, which is spiritual world.
Mm-hmm.
And here I emphasize the idea that in Bhagavad Gita is given this example of a tree on the bank of a river.
Yeah.
And it is mirrored in the water by looking reversed.
Mm-hmm.
And it appears reversed in the, and so this is like the difference between a spiritual world and material world.
Mm-hmm.
And regarding the mirror, I brought from Young culture the archetype of Narcissus.
Oh, yes.
Which actually got himself lost in the mirror. So he himself lost in the material world, forgetting who he was, who he really was. He went more and more and into this, and in the end he fell in the water, and he lost his life there. So he somehow lost his life, not only, also symbolically, he lost his life because he did not do anything meaningful with his life. On the other side, and he was caught by forgetfulness, because in Bhagavad Gita, this is the idea that we forget who we are. We forget that we are spirit souls. We forget Krishna, and that's why we fall in the material world. In the same time, I show the example of Maharaj Bharata in Vedic literature, in Srimad Bhagavatam, which somehow similarly, although not the same, somehow he gets very, he's going on to the forest, and he abandons his family and his kingdom just to find spiritual fulfillment. But still, because he gets attached, even in the forest, to a small deer, and which is like his pet. And the moment of death, he thinks to the deer. Yeah. And he becomes a deer in his next life. I think it's somehow similar with Narcissus.
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Then I
anyway, I very nice. I'm a little bit watching the clock, but thank you. This is very nice. Nice that you produced this book, and it's in English, so it's accessible to
in English, yes,
more devotees. Good. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hare
Krishna. Krishna.
Do we have anyone having a birthday this week? No birthdays, no anniversaries.
Hare Krishna, Narayan has birthday.
Narayan, where's Narayan?
He is not with us.
Oh.
We will go soon to him.
Okay. Convey our best wishes for his birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, good. So Mitra Balaram is laughing. Okay, let's, shall we proceed with my show and tell? If there's no objection. I actually prepared, which one is it? Not the iPhone. Yeah, PowerPoint. Okay, should be this. And then I guess we can do full screen. Okay, I don't know if you can, I don't know if you see just full screen or if you see what I see, which is this, what do you call it? Well, I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, okay. Okay, now we should have it. Now let me move this away. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Godruma Educational Trust. Since some time, I've been working on a project sort of quietly in the background, which is connected with Sridham Mayapur, specifically located in an area which is called Godruma Dvip, according to old maps. The more recent understanding is that it would be Shimanta Dvip, but apparently older maps would say that no, this is part of Godruma Dvip. So I've made this PowerPoint to kind of present the whole thing, and so I'd like to show you, and then see if you have any questions. Oops. Oh, why I can't change it now. Okay. So in Sridham Mayapur, the first time I went to Mayapur was after Srila Prabhupada was present. I first went in 1978. But from these photos, you get some idea of how things looked. When I first went there, there were basically two buildings. There was what we see here behind Srila Prabhupada and his disciples, his followers, what is called the Lotus Building. And what you don't see in this picture, but over to the left in the upper picture is what I think they still call it the Long Building. And otherwise, you would see mainly flat rice fields. Oh, now it changes. Okay. Fast forward some 45 years or so, and this is what we are seeing in Sridham Mayapur. So many, we could almost call them high-rise buildings, and of course, guest houses for the most part, and Prabhupada's Pushpa Samadhi Mandir on the far left, lower left is the Samadhi Mandir, and of course the temple of the Vedic planetarium that's coming up, and you get some idea of its size by comparison with the conch building just behind it here, and the temple, the present temple, is in the ground floor behind that. So it's a quite different scale. But then you see in the back behind so much construction going on. So Mayapur is in so many ways, it's kind of exploding. More and more people are coming more and more building is happening. When the big temple opens, it's hard to say how things are going to be, but certainly so many people are going to be coming. So Mayapur is, it's like that. Sometimes it's like this, just people everywhere. And this is very nice. It's the Holy Dham, and people are attracted to take shelter of Mahaprabhu and Lord Chaitanya's associates, and to come to the Holy Dham and serve in the Holy Dham. And this is all very inspiring. And at the same time, for myself, I have been thinking over the years, it could be nice to have some kind of situation in Mayapur which would be more quiet and, let's say, more reclusive. And from the early 1990s, I was exploring. I was a brahmachari then, but I was exploring how could it be possible to create, to have built an ashram for sannyasis, specifically for the sannyasis. Well, I didn't get very far with that. Other duties came up, and yeah, that's another story. I just got involved in other things and was not so much in Mayapur for some years because of going back to university. But I was thinking over the years, what could be possible to create something like this? Well, some years back, I met one devotee. Some of you will know him, Vaikuntha Nitai Prabhu, and his family. He is from Serbia, his family, but he's been living many years in Mayapur. He's a disciple of His Holiness Chaitanya Swami. He's been his personal servant for a long period of time, and he's also been involved in management, central management of the Mayapur project. And I met him and got speaking with him and got to know him, and he told me about a project which he is beginning to develop, which he's calling Gora Village. And this is going to be a different kind of residential area than what is in what I just showed you, the areas close to the temple. This is a bit further away. And this was interesting for me. This is a picture of the Jalangi taken from, we could say this would be the east side of the Jalangi, and some distance away from the TOVP, as you can see in the distance. And it may be, well, it's in the direction of where Gora Village is happening. So he told me about this project, and after quite careful and long and detailed discussion, it became interesting for me to participate, that is to say, to become one of the residents there, or to make a residence there. This is the map. You can see Mayapur, where the Ganga, known in this part as the Hooghly River, and the Jalangi River join together on the on the west side, to the left, is Navadvip, and here is Sri Mayapur, and the birthplace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is just up this road a bit. And Gora village is over here. I hope you can see the arrow. It's just off of the Jalangi River. And it's just northeast of this village, Taranpur. This is the same. It just shows the route one would take to go to and from the center of the Mayapur Chandradoy Mandir and so on. It's the distance is about 20 minutes by bicycle. So it's a fair distance. And I would say it's sufficient distance so that the crowds that are coming and will be coming to Mayapur are not a disturbance. So some work began on this Gora village. Earliest work was 2018 or 19, I'm not sure. It's just, as you see, fields, which were rice fields, and these have been gradually, because Vaikuntha Nitai developed connection, relations with local farmers who expressed interest to sell their land. And he carefully researched the legal side of making such purchase, whether it would be possible to get building permission. There's hundreds of questions that have to be resolved, practical questions to make such an arrangement. Here is the entrance to Gora village. Gora village is, it's what do you call it? It's a residential, it's what's called in America a gated community. So it's completely surrounded, or it will be completely surrounded by enclosure, by walls. So that there's no just traffic of whoever is curious or whatever to come. And there's always a guard at the gate, 24 hours a day. This was the original plotting of Gora village. And you'll see initially there are two orange squares that say HHKRKS option 1, option 2. So we were initially considering to purchase one of these two plots, but as it happens, we changed to a third option, and this change came as also Gora village began to expand. Now, in this map, there are, if I'm not mistaken, 108 plots. And the specific, one of the important principles of Gora village is Vaikuntha Nitai made a strict rule that whoever purchases a plot, whoever will settle here, is allowed to build maximum ground plus 1 floor. So there's not a possibility that someone will build, a high-rise apartment building, which is what's been happening in other areas near the temple. And no one should build more than 30% of their plot of land. The footprint of their building should be no more than 30%, or for some of the smaller plots, or for the smaller plots, 50%, which means there's a lot of green area in Gora village. There are also parks. You see, there's Prabhupada Park, and there's another park over here. This park is actually a goshala, and this goshala is immediately next to where we have the Godruma Educational Trust. This arrow disappears each time. We chose this plot. One reason was that it's not on any of these roadways. These are small roadways, and it's not like there's much traffic. There's practically no traffic, but still, I thought it would be nice to have at a dead end area. So that's where we are here. So this is the plot and the walls. That's the higher wall is between the plot and the goshala that I showed. And so for some time we've had banana trees growing. Those are no longer there, but other trees have been growing up. And we started making design for buildings. So our plan was 2 buildings, because the land has space for 2 buildings. It's the plot is a little over 1,000 square meters. And so there would be 1 building, which is a ground floor plus the first floor, so 2 floors, and 1 smaller building, which is for guests and for assistant, servant, student. So that's what this is a design of. This is a plan for the smaller building, which is going in the northwest corner of the plot. And we decided first, let's build this smaller building and just see how it goes, how everything is with it, and maybe it will even be enough for our purposes. So over the last few years and through the time of COVID, it's been possible to do that construction. And so there we are. We have now this building where Sundar Gopal and Taruni Saki were just there a few days ago and making photos and indeed making a video. Let's see if we can get the video to go. Yeah. Entering into the place of Godruma. Go means cow, Druma means tree, and Godruma Dvipa, as it is today, is on the other side of the Chalangi. Haribol Sundar Gopal. So this little house has just 2 rooms as residents, small rooms, which are with a small kitchen and bathroom and a small garage for bicycles and a couple of small storage rooms. Yeah, the planting has been overseen by Kuntanitai's wife, who is very knowledgeable about plants of all sorts. We're getting a parikrama of Godruma kutir, we call it. Okay, anyway. The flowers blooming in Mayapur are really quite amazing. I was there in December. There were so many different flowers at that time. Now is March, so certainly more. Okay, whoops. That's not what I wanted. Okay, so I came there in December of 2022. The Godruma kutir was completed, and it was time to do some auspicious worship to bless the project. So first we went and offered worship to Surabhi. It was a very nicely arranged ceremony. Things like this can be done so nicely in Mayapur. And then we had the Griha Pravesha rituals done at the house itself. Oh, I think this is also a video. Yeah. Yeah, we had a small group. We didn't invite all of Mayapur because if we invite all of Mayapur, then they will come and then we have to feed them. So just a few devotees and this very nice couple, I'm forgetting their name, Bengali couple, Brahmin priest and his good wife. Very sweet. Okay, then this is showing now the second building, which does not yet exist. And this is what we've been working on over the last few months, gradually getting the design to what we think will be, as it will be most useful. So again, we have this building. This is already existing. And here we have the ground floor of this new building. So what we have is just one large open space, kind of multi-purpose for gatherings, for seminars. It can be a small library also. There can, of course, be kirtan events and so on. And in the northeast corner, this is a deity room. It's raised by two small steps. This will be marble, and we can have deities here. And above this is going to be a skylight, glass bricks. And then we have a small kitchen here. And this is also a glass bricks wall, so lots of light can come in that way. And the upper floor is a residence. And it's a simple bedroom and sort of living room and kitchen area and bathroom. And then this veranda area gives nice space. And we arranged to have the stairway outside instead of inside because it just seemed unnecessary to have it inside. And we spent considerable time making adjustments on this plan. We had lots of guidance in terms of Vastu from Madana Jivani. Are you with us, Madana Jivani? Are you here today? Maybe not today. No, she's not with us today. But she's been studying Vastu, and we did some careful planning to maximize things according to Vastu as best we could. There's one item we did which she may not like, and that is to put a balcony on the west side. I'm told that would normally not be done. My decision for that is because it's right across from the Goshala, and I can think of nothing more auspicious than having a view of the Goshala there. Yeah, so that's okay. Some computer-generated images from inside, and that's upstairs. And that's pretty much the whole story. So we're just about to begin construction on this larger building. But I thought to show you all because I thought I don't want it to be a secret, and I wanted to hear your thoughts and yeah, get the blessings of the assembled devotees to proceed with this. I should say that you may ask, well, where are the funds coming from to do this building? Well, the funds have come from donations that devotees have given over the years. Many of you have kindly given donations here and there, and over time it's accumulated, it's added up in such a way that we're able to do this. My idea is, of course, this is not, how to put it, I'm going to be around, maybe not so much longer. I'm getting older. So legally speaking, I am not the owner of what we're building here. This is a legal trust, called the Godruma Educational Trust. And its purpose is defined in the documents of the trust. And we will be specifying in greater detail how everything is to be managed over time and over generations. But the purpose of it is, we say twofold. One is as a kind of retreat place, a quieter place where a sadhu and his servant or servants or students or a guest or two guests can come and peacefully engage in their sadhana, their bhajana, and study. And a second purpose is as a kind of research institute. I see it as, I have a few ideas of what sort of research projects that could go on here. And I see it as being in some way affiliated with, maybe not officially, but it would be connected with the Bhaktivedanta Research Center in Calcutta, and it would be connected with the Oxford Center for Hindu Studies in Oxford. And I see it as, of course, connected with the Mayapur project, and specifically I see research attention going toward, well, you can say on an exoteric side, to studying all sorts of conditions on the ground of Mayapur and Navadvip. What I mean by that is the economics, the sociological, the religious, the political conditions in which the Mayapur project is developing. I think there's a need for this kind of research, for attention to be given to this sort of thing, but also to serve the devotees of the Mayapur community according to various needs. Right, so these are what's been cooking on the stove, and I will end there and see if you have any questions about any of this. Everyone is stunned.
Guru Maharaj, very well.
Yes.
Always,
Vrndavana. Hare Krishna.
yeah, I was just in Mayapur. I stay close by at Jagannath guest house.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you pass by. It's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
it's really nice. It's really nice, especially if you go in the morning. It doesn't need 20 minutes by bike. It needs like 20 minutes by walking. So it's really nice seeing especially in the morning, in the dawn, like when the sun is coming out.
Yes.
To see the big temple, that is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
My question is, so the small house is done, and when do you think the bigger one is going to be finished?
Well, there's always so many factors
Right.
in Mayapur, unpredictable factors. But they're going to begin bringing in the materials. I think within the next few days, I'm going to be transferring some funds. Yeah, probably tomorrow, and it's possible, I would say, if nothing else comes in its way, to have the basic structure in place by the end of the year. Of course, there's a period when all the work stops because of the rainy season. There are presently, Vaikuntha told me, there are simultaneously in Gore village, there are now 14 houses being constructed. He said he has good construction contractors who are doing all of this work. And I was very satisfied with the work on the small house. So I don't want to, give a definite date because I don't know enough the various factors, but I would like that it's done by the end of next year. And maybe it can be done before that. I don't know.
The second question is, thank you for this one. So the second question is, I mean, it's in one hand, it's really nice. There's like all these devotees coming to Mayapur, but on another hand, the landscape is changing so fast.
Yes.
And it's nice. It's nice that there's only like two floors houses in this community. But like if you go closer to the temple, there's all this like, well, not like necessarily high risers, but they're like 5, 6, 7,
Yeah,
7 floors.
I know.
So what is your opinion on that? As I said sorry, go ahead.
Well, it's not so attractive, Those 7-story buildings they're not exactly legal. The legal limit in that area is 3 floors, I think ground plus 3. But what's been done is, basically by giving bribes, they say, oh, okay, yes, go ahead, and then they build. And you can see in, I forget what that area is called, but there's one area, there's 2 buildings very close together, with only about, seems like less than 2 meters between them. And you can see they're leaning toward each other because the foundation of one of them was not properly built, was not sufficient. And yeah, so it becomes, not so nice. Of course, it's the holy Dham, but it's not the sort of area where I would want to spend very much time. And therefore, I was, as I said, looking for another option. Oh, I meant to say another attractive feature of Gora village is, unlike the center of Mayapur, Gora village, the elevation of the land is higher, not very much, but enough so that it does not flood when there is, occasionally there's a major flood in Mayapur, and you can see photos of the whole temple room completely full of water up up to the chest. That's not going to happen, as I'm told. That's not going to happen in Gora village.
Yeah, because that part is like, it's really quiet and nice over there, and there's like parts of the jungle that are still untouched.
Well, yeah, I mean, untouched. It's kind of untouched.
Well, right. Untouchish.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else have any questions about this? Do we have, maybe I should ask if we have your blessings to proceed with this. Madhupuri and Manibanda are raising hands positively. Yes. Everyone else is being quiet.
I think everyone wants to. I think everyone is wondering if we can come and stay there. I think that's the question on everyone's mind.
Well, I have to say, I think this is going to be a sort of men-only place of residence. Of course, when we have any programs, everyone will be welcome. There may be possibility, I don't know, this is something that will develop over time. There may be guest houses coming up nearby, and there may also be possibility of becoming a guest in the home of one of the families of Gora village. I'm reasonably sure that everyone who is building a house in Gora village is building a guest room included in their house. Yeah, so.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Right. Okay. Well, I will assume we don't have any objections being voiced. Maybe those will come privately, but yeah. Perhaps another time I can speak a bit more about this, the ideas for use, the Godruma Educational Trust, what sort of projects we can do there. But for now, oh no, the time. Oh, the question comes from Ratnavali, is there still land to buy? Not within Gora Village Phase 1. There's been a huge demand as the project developed. Devotees immediately recognized that this is really first class, a first class concept, and so many devotees have come and have wanted to, reserve a plot, but they've all been taken up in what I showed you on the map. By Kuntanitai, as I understand, he said there is a phase 2 coming. But I can well imagine that that's also already booked out, but I don't know. We'd have to ask him. Okay. Well, I'm a little embarrassed to take all this time on this subject because tomorrow is Gaur Purnima, and what we should have been doing the whole time is simply speaking about Lord Chaitanya. Alas, let us at least read a couple of verses. And for that, I need to go here and go here and share screen. Okay. We're continuing with the early pastimes of little Nimai, who is no longer so little because what's happening now is he's going to meet with his future first bride. Akadina Vallabhacharya Kanya Lakshmi Nam Devata Pujite Aila Koriganga Snan. One day, a girl of the name Lakshmi, the daughter of Vallabhacharya, came to the bank of the Ganga to take a bath in the river and worship the demigods. Now, this Vallabhacharya, this could be confusing. This is not, I have no reason to believe this is the same Vallabhacharya as is the founder Acharya of the Vallabha Sampradaya. It's interesting that he's referred to specifically as Vallabhacharya, so perhaps he was another Acharya, but I don't believe that this could be the same. According to Gauraganodesha Lakshmi was formerly Janaki, the wife of Lord Ramachandra, and Rukmini, the wife of Lord Krishna in Dwaraka. The same goddess of fortune descended as Lakshmi to become the wife of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this is a kind of first meeting. It's a kind of purva raga happening, the beginning of a sweet romance, which is going to conclude in marriage, but which is not going to be for very long because Lakshmi Devi is going to depart the world very soon thereafter. Tare dekhi prabhur hoila shabila shamana lakhi chitte prita hoila prabhura darshana. Seeing Lakshmi Devi, the Lord became attached to her. And Lakshmi, upon seeing the Lord, felt great satisfaction within her mind. Shabila shamana. Sahajika priti dunha korila udoy balja bhava channa tabu hoila nischoy. Their natural love for each other awakened, and although it was covered by childhood emotions, it became apparent that they were mutually attracted. The word sahajika, we know perhaps the word sahajiya, which is a term we generally use in a very negative sense, or as an asparagement. The prakrita sahajiyas comes from the word sahaja, which means natural, and this is sahajika, which is maybe a diminutive form of sahaja. So there was sahajika priti of the two. But there was also balya bhava. There was a childhood bhava achana, covered by the emotion of childhood. So Srila Prabhupada points out, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lakshmi Devi are eternal husband and wife. Therefore, it was quite natural for their dormant love to awaken when they saw each other. Their natural feelings were immediately awakened by their meeting. So that's nice. Instead of a marriage made in heaven, this is a marriage made in Goloka, Vaikuntha. Goloka is sometimes included in Vaikuntha, sometimes it's considered separate from. Dunhadeki donhar chitte hoila ulas, deva puja chole koila dunhe porokash. They both enjoyed natural pleasure in seeing each other, and under the pretext of demigod worship, they manifested their feelings. So, like a young, boy and girl, they may, sort of surreptitiously be glancing at each other, and while they're busily engaged in something. In India, this is quite possible. Pious families, a pious boy and pious girl in a temple. They're going to the temple to have darshan, but they're actually going to the temple to see each other, sort of furtively glancing at each other. Of course, that's happening a lot also in our temples. Dunhadeki dunhar chitte haila ulasa. There was ulasa. And the word parakasha is another stretched word. The word is prakasha, but it becomes parakasha to add another syllable. Prabhu kahe ama puja ami maheshwar amare pujile bhabe abhipsitavar. The Lord told Lakshmi, just worship me, for I am the Supreme Lord. If you worship me, certainly you will get the benediction you desire. So, of course, this is all happening. It's connected to what was happening a few verses ago, that Nimai is going and disrupting the young girls who have come to worship Mahadev Maheshwara. And so Nimai comes and says, you should be worshiping me. I will bless you with what you want. If you don't worship me, I will curse you. So now he's doing the same with Lakshmi, but in this case, you could, before he was joking, now he's serious. I am Maheshwara, I am the Lord, I am the great Lord. Of course, Maheshwara is also a name for Shiva. And Prabhupada quotes 1866 Bhagavad Gita. And he speaks about flattering or worshiping many demigods. This is the usual thing. Then he says, if one, comparing to doing various purposes at a river as opposed to a well or whatever, similarly, if one worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, all his goals will be achieved. Kamaisthaistaya hritagnyanaha prapadyante anyadevataha. Only men who have lost their intelligence worship the various demigods to fulfill their desires. So hritagnyana, it's a bahuvrihi compound, which means persons whose knowledge, jnana, is hrita, has been removed, has been taken away. How has it been taken away? Kamai, by so many desires. Which desires? Tai, by these, by those, by so many desires. Kamaisthaistaya hritagnyanaha. Prapadyante, they surrender. But what do they surrender to? Or to whom? Anya devataha, to other devas. And the verse goes on, tam tam niyamamastaya prakrita niyatasvaya. And one more verse. Lakshmi tara ongedila pushpa chandana mallikara malladiya korila vandana. On hearing the order of the Supreme Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lakshmi immediately worshipped him, offering sandalwood pulp and flowers for his body, garlanding him with mallika flowers and offering prayers. So Lakshmi understands, and she's not going to play, sort of coy and resisting or whatever. She immediately becomes obedient and does as little young Nimai says. She immediately offers chandan and flowers to him. Okay. So we can imagine, we can picture this scene and remember that this is the Lord himself together with his eternal consort. And they're meeting in this way as if for the first time, but of course not for the first time. They're coming together again to display their pastimes of being householder, Brahmin householder. Hare Krishna. So this can be a little picture, a little vision that we can take with us as we prepare to welcome the Lord tomorrow, Gaur Purnima. And we want to welcome the Lord every day. Katanchana smite yasmin duskaram sukaram bhavet Vismrite viparitam syat Sri Chaitanya namamitam. Remembering the Lord in all circumstances, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu makes what is normally difficult easy and makes what is normally easy difficult if we forget. So let us remember. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki jai. So we wish you a wonderful festival tomorrow. And I'm checking my calendar. Yes, should be able to have a meeting again next Saturday. Thank you all very much for joining, and thanks to our translators. And have a wonderful week, and keep sane and keep safe. Chant and be happy. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.
Hari Bo.
Hare Bo.
Haribo.
Hare Bo. Hare Krishna. Gurudev.
Gurudev. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
All
Hare
glories to the Sadhaka-dehocita.
Krishna.